So now on to today's program and our keynote speaker, who is sponsored by Axalta Coating Systems and Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Dr. Verna Cornelia Price, CEO of the Power of the People Consulting Group, is an internationally known human potential expert specializing in personal power, leadership, and change. She has founded multiple organizations in the United States and consults with diverse audiences across the US, Europe, the Caribbean, Central America, and China. In 2013, Dr. Verna was named an Everyday Hero by Ebony Magazine, and in 2010 was named Entrepreneur of the Year by the Black MBAs and Pioneer of the Year by Woman Venture. Her books include The Power of People, 4 Kinds of People Who Can Change Your Life, The Silent Cry, and Change Your Life in 30 Days. Dr. Verna received her PhD in Educational Policy and Administration from the University of Minnesota and is currently Leadership Institute faculty at St. Catherine University. Dr. Verna is married to Shane Martin Price and has 4 children. Please help me give a warm welcome to Dr. Price.
Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going to keep on talking until he turns with my mic. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I didn't hear a good morning from all of you. Good morning. You know, I'm a mama, so I need to hear you, right? When my kids go, I'm like, listen, I need to hear you. So when I ask you a question, I need you to talk to me. I am happy to be here. I really like San Diego. It's one of my top 5 places in the United States. I really like being here. I'm originally from the Bahamas, so it's nice and warm and ocean. And then I live in Minnesota. And so, but Minnesota, how many of you have ever been to Minnesota? Minnesota, okay, good. So you know, if you've been to Minnesota in the late spring, right, summer and early fall, beautiful. I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. And you go up on these lakes, and it's green and lush, and there's deer, and there's just wildlife, and it's just a beautiful place in Minnesota. So, and then you get to about October, November, and unless you really, really, really like winter snow, after about 3 months, you think to yourself, why? And my brother lives in Las Vegas, and he always says, you know, you need to come on out here. I have a house next door that's available, so he's forever trying to get me out here. So San Diego kind of combines the Bahamas and the warm and the ocean with the beauty of Minnesota into one place, so I always like coming here. So it's kind of nice. And yesterday I came in early. I was exhausted. We just finished our huge event for our Girls in Action program. I'm the founder of Girls in Action, which is basically a program that empowers girls to be successful in school and life. Because we know that girls go through stuff. You know, you hit 13, 14, 15, 16, until about 21 or so, you go through things. How many of you went through some stuff? Right? Exactly. How many of you had at least one Pookie? And Pookie is the name I use for boyfriends. At least one Pookie who you need to get out of your life immediately when you were a teenager. Yeah. One Pookie who almost destroyed your life, yes. Some of you married them. Yes, oh boy. Hard thing. So in our Girls in Action program, we just finished our 2nd annual I Am Luncheon with 300 people, and it was just wonderful, and the girls came, so I was like exhausted beat. So when I got here yesterday, I just collapsed, and I was outside of the patio. Whoever chose my room, thank you so much. It's a very nice room, Miss Jessica, Miss Katie, very nice room, right? But there are some very noisy seagulls outside my room. And so I went outside, and I decided I was just going to lay there in the sun. So then the seagulls decided they were going to come and talk while I was trying to lay in the sun. So I said, seagulls, I don't know who you're used to dealing with, but I am not the wrong mama, okay? So you need to take your little chit-chat talking somewhere down the way and let me rest in the sun. So anyway, I talked to the seagulls a little bit, and then the ducks, they were much nicer. The ducks came up, and they gently came up and just said, hello, welcome to San Diego. And I said, hello, duckies, nice to see you. you. And then I took a picture of them, and they decided, no, she's not the one for me. And then they left. And so then I took a nap. Then I went to get a massage, which was really nice. So if you haven't been to the spa, and you can go, do go. They take really good care of you, and took really good care of me. Then I went and I had the mahi salad thing over here at the Barefoot place down the way, and it was really good. And I thought it was salad, but it had no lettuce or spinach or anything green on it. And so I looked at the poor guy and I said, the lady who said this was good said it's a salad. This doesn't look like a salad to me, but the mahi was really, really tasty. And he goes, we'll get you some greens. I'm like, thank you very much. So then he bought me my greens, and then I sat there and I ate really good. Then I went back to the room and I went to sleep. So I've had a really lovely time in San Diego, and I am glad to be here this morning. And two things happened. One is that while I was at the spa, I looked at the Vogue magazine, and I opened up to the page that said, this is the Power Edition. Isn't that right? And your conference is what? Power Up, isn't it, right? And then I went onto your website and I looked at all of your pictures in your archive. So some of you will see yourself in this presentation as we do this work this morning. Now, I don't know about you, but you know what? I do not come from a privileged background, okay? So I was not taught and or given anything. And when I say anything, I mean anything, right? So I did not have a two-parent home. I did not have money. I did not have privilege. I had to learn some hard things along the way in my life. And I'm thankful for every lesson that I've learned. And I had no idea that as I was going through my life, and this morning I took time and went back to my first book that I wrote 12 years ago, 13 years ago, I quit my job as a professor at the University of Minnesota because I heard in my spirit that I was supposed to start my own company. So I quit my job as a professor. And at that time, I was making about $100,000. About, professor-ish, like 65 or so. And then I was consulting here and there, and stuff, okay? So that's a $100,000 pay cut. And I I kept hearing in my spirit, because you know what? You're more than your look, right? I mean, I happen to be Caribbean, African, so I'm cinnamon brown, yeah, got a puggy little nose, twiggly hair. This happens to be my package, right? This is just the package that I came in. I'm tall because my biological father, who I didn't know was my biological father until I was 23 years old, because he was a knucklehead, and my mother was in love with him. Have you ever been in love with a man who's in love with somebody else? Don't raise your hand. So as it turns out, he was almost 6'4", so I'm tall, right? I'm tall, and of course, I put on my really cool shoes here, right, for you. I had to put on my shoes. We're talking about powering up. You got to put yourself on some power shoes, right? And so, where was I? What was I talking about? Somebody tell me. My package, okay? So this is my package. I can't help this is how I look. I'm tall and lean because my dad was tall and lean, right? I'm cinnamon brown because I have African blood running through me. I will never be white, ever. I can pray about it. I can dream about it. I can try to be like Michael Jackson. I will never be white. So I just, so I go out in the sun, Miss Carla, and I got a little browner yesterday. I was so happy for it. I was just like, yes, come brown. Yes, son, yes, go for it. This is just my package. That's all it is, right? But who I really am is underneath this package. Who I really am. So you happen to be, Caucasian, white, I don't know, Petra's from Germany, right? Yeah, so I met Petra this morning, right? And so so I don't know if what's your ethnic makeup? Are you German? Are you Norwegian? Are you Swedish? What are you?
Lithuanian and Swedish.
Lithuanian and Swedish. See, you knew that. Most white people don't even know. Do you know that? They have no idea.
Yeah. I'm old.
That's good. She says because I'm old. No. Right, but this is your makeup, right? You got bluish eyes, kind of, nose is a little pointy, right? This is your makeup. But that's not really all that you are. Who you really are is inside of you. Beyond your mind, your heart, into your soul, your spirit, that's who you really are. And if I really want to get to know you, I'd better get over your package quickly. I can appreciate it. Nice suit, I can appreciate that. Right? Nice hair, I can appreciate that. But underneath, where your power is, goes way deeper than your looks, sweetie. So you know what? Quickly get over people's packages. Quickly. Let's just practice that. Look at the person next to you and just say with conviction, get over my package. You gotta quickly get over it. You look funny. You quickly gotta get over your package. Because women, sometimes women, we allow the package standing in front of us to keep us from our next level. And you can't ever do that. In your work, in your industry, you run into some guys, and you know what? Their package is rough to look at. Right? Some of them look strange, they smell strange, you don't even want to talk to these people. Or you run into other women, and you know women, we are something else, because what we'll do is we'll start comparing packages without even saying anything. We'll just start like, oh yeah, green, I could wear that. All right? We start comparing packages. Well, I had that haircut last week, right? So what you have to do is resist that temptation to compare packages and just know that the package that you're in is the perfect package for you. So we're going to practice it one more time, and this time, just take yourself seriously and say to the person next to you, you know what? This package is the perfect package for me. Just tell the person next to you. Okay. I am a wife. I was married for 13 years in my first marriage to a man who I wasn't supposed to be married to, and I knew that I knew it when I was going up to the altar, but he had a really nice mom, and so and a decent family. I'd never had a family before because, my family was just so messed up that I just needed to know that I was in a really functional family. As it turns out, he wasn't a functional family, and he wasn't the husband for me. He was a nice man, and actually today my husband, who is my real husband, actually mentors him, bless his heart. But in my, isn't that funny? Oh, it's really hilarious, let me tell you. So I am so I have like the best husband in the world who totally supports me in everything I do, right? And in this work, what you do is you work a lot, and you travel a lot, and you do a lot of different things. So you have to have a total support system, and my husband has been totally that, and he also buys my clothes and my shoes. So, this is from China. We were just in China, and this is us at the Great Wall of China, which we actually climbed that, and the next day I could barely walk, but it was fun. So I'm a wife, and I have 4 children. My oldest, who is 20 years old, who stands 6 feet 2 tall now, looks me in the face with my heels on. He's a third-year college student, and May 15th, he would have finished his 3rd year. Now, if you are a praying person in here, just say, thank God, right? Because I'm like, you know what, boy, you will go to college, you will get your little African-American butt into that college, you will get yourself a degree, and we're going to all be happy, and then you are going to make sure you take care of yourself, and soon you'll take care of your mama too. Do you understand me? Because I have done my work. I have done my work. Right? Now it's time for you to do yours. And then the other day, oh, this just cracked me up. My son called me. He's majoring in psychology and minoring in environmental studies. I think he's going to be a weather guy personally, but he calls me. He says, I'm taking a class in psychology, and we have to interview someone who's given childbirth. And so I just wondered if I could ask you a few questions, right? And what I really want you to do is to reach through the phone and slap him and say, yes, I was there. Yes, I did it. Yes, now you better. And I told him, I said, you better not show up with no babies without a wife, son. I will beat you down, beat her down. Everybody will get a beat down. Then I have twins who are 12 years old, and this was my, I'm telling you all this because some of you have been through some stuff. Don't hide it now. Don't pretend like you haven't. You know, you've been through some stuff, and then you allow that stuff to keep you from becoming who you really are, which is this amazing, powerful woman. Let me tell you, if you've been through some stuff, it simply means that you have more stuff to make you even more powerful. So you know what? Embrace every ugly, wonderful thing you've ever been through, because that is a part of what makes you powerful. Is it true? It's true. So anyway, I'm going through a divorce, and my old boyfriend calls me and says, I still love you. I should not have ever picked up the phone call. I should have not ever met him. Anyway, usually when people sleep around, and it was my first time sleeping around. I got married when I was a virgin. So I'd never, and I'm also a Christian too. I believe in Jesus Christ, and I'm a Christian believer. So in fornication and, adultery is wrong in the Bible. So I'd never slept around before. I never even knew that Christian people slept around until I slept around one time. There are Christian people who go to church every Sunday who sleep around the night before. Did you know that? I didn't know that until I did it one time. And usually I guess when you sleep around, you do protection and all that. I didn't know that. I have no experience. So everyone else gets away with it apparently, and I got twins. Twins! 2! You know why? Because I needed the lesson. And one of my twins, Cornelius, was born with a lot of things going on. So he's technically special needs, and we're working with him. He's really caught up. They said he would never walk or talk. They said he would never function properly. They said he would not even make it, that he would die in the process. And I said, you've got the wrong mama. You've got the wrong person, because I understand some things about how life works, and I understand how powerful I am as a woman, and I am the mother of that child. And you know what? If I say he's going to live, he's going to live. And if I say he's going to walk, Miss Carrie, he's going to walk, and he's going to talk. Now, it took him a while. But he's an incredible person. I learn so much every day from Cornelius. Has a heart for people. A heart. He understands things so deeply, right? And he totally gets over your package. He doesn't care what you look like, smell like, talk like. He just loves you. He knows how to love. Isn't that something? It's an amazing thing. And his twin sister, Keynote, is this beautiful, lovely gymnast, scientist, just wonderful. And then my husband and I got married almost 11 years ago, and I thought, well, I'm all done. Then I thought I had the flu, and now she's 5. And that's her right there. Her name is Purpose. We call her Purposita. And it's just a wonderful thing. Why am I saying all this to you? Because we all have lives. We all go through things. Whether you're in the collision industry, whether you are in the, communication industry, whether you are in marketing, whether you are in insurance, wherever you are in this room, you go through things, and you have a whole life. You're a whole person. So when I talk about power, I'm talking about all of you. I'm not just talking about your position. I'm not just talking about, in your work, you're looking at excellence, leadership, and network. What does that mean? Becoming your most excellent self. There's two forms of power. Here's what I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about positional power. It doesn't matter to me here whether you are the president, the owner, whether you are mopping the floors, whether you are the person, going to get the parts, whether you're the person selling on the phone. It doesn't matter to me what your position is in here, right? It's simply your position, because tomorrow your company might say to you, oh, we're done. No more moolah here, right? We're downgrading. You don't have no money no more, no position no more, no company no more. And then what happens, right? Does it mean that your power is gone? Absolutely not. It simply means your positional power is gone, but you still have something that remains as most important, and that thing is called your personal power, and that's what we're going to talk about this morning. So I'm going to give you 4 core principles today about power, and the first core principle is that you were born with it. You were born with power. Now, it doesn't matter where you were born, who you were born to, how you were born. And I brought up my family because my mom was a single mom, right? I did not have a dad around until she married my stepfather, who happened to be a crazy. But you know what? I was born with power. I happened to be African American, Caribbean African. I happened to be brown skinned. I happened to be poor. I was born with power. None of that stuff has anything to do with what's in me. So when I want you to think about yourself is wherever you are in your company, whatever stage you're at, wherever you're located, whoever your parents were, if they had money, they didn't have money, it doesn't matter. You were still born with power. Now what's so beautiful about that is that if you're born with something, who can take it away? Who can take it away? Nobody, because you're born with it. It's in your fiber. So this power that you have is already in you. When you came out, when that doctor told your mama to push, and by the way, for some of you, you don't even like your mother. Don't raise your hand. But you don't like your mama. And guess what? Your mama might not even like you. It's okay. Whether you like your mama or don't like your mother, you know what? When that doctor said push, she pushed. And she did her job. So when she pushed you out of there, when she pushed you out loaded with power. Which is why, if nothing else, call up your mama and say thank you. Right? Just say thank you to this woman who pushed you out of that womb, because when you came out of that womb, you came loaded with power. And that power is so that you can help humanity. You can help somebody. Isn't that fun? Who would have known that a little girl from the Caribbean, who would have known, Miss Carla, that I would be in China, at the Renmin University of China, teaching Chinese faculty and doctoral students about personal power in China, a communist country. Who would have known? And for them to say to me, 1.4 billion people need this message in China. Who would have known? Why? Because I was born with power. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and then I want you to actually say it like you have it. I want you to shout at the top of your voices, I was born with power. 1, 2, 3. I was born with power. That's not enough. You got to give something. You know, I came all the way from Minneapolis to LA, ate the little breakfast, got on the plane. Little plane, too. It was a small plane. It was like 20 people on that plane. And the pilot was so big, he couldn't even fit into the cockpit. It was crazy. Came through the bumpy clouds to here. I want you to make the chandeliers ring. 1, 2, 3. I was born with power. That's what I'm talking about. Women, you have to know how powerful you are, because in your industry, sometimes people try to mess with you. Is this true? Now, if there are a few men in the room, just photographer, you're going to be okay, all right? Because you know what? Sometimes men, listen carefully, women, they are socialized to be powerful. Listen carefully. They're socialized to be powerful. They're socialized to do whatever they want to do, how they want to do it, when they want to do it. How many of you are married to a man? When he gets ready to go, what does he do? He goes. Does he come and say, you know what? I think I want to go to the gym. Is it okay for me to go to the gym? No. He doesn't even tell you where he's going. He just gets in the car and goes to wherever he's going. And women, what do we do? What do we do? Well, you know, I'm thinking about going shopping. I'm thinking about going to the gym. I'm thinking about going to vacation. What do you think about that? Women, stop asking so many questions. Stop asking permission. Get in the car and go. Send the brother a text message and say, I'm at the mall. Why? Because you were born with power. And not only that, but you're loaded with it. What I love about women is that, you know what, I think we almost have like superpower because we're already born with it, but then we can figure things out, you know, we can organize and figure things out and collaborate. And I think we have like some superpower going on, right? So just look at the person next to you and just say to her, I am loaded with power. Just say it, like say it. You gotta practice. You gotta practice. You're loaded. Now, if you have paper and pencil, jot a few of these things down. You have 7 dimensions of power. You can use all of them all the time. You can use some of them some of the time. But you should always be accessing at least one dimension, okay? And they are available to you. Now, here's what's so wonderful. Your power is free. You don't have to pay for this power. It was given to you by your Creator. You were created by God to have power, to change things, to make things happen. I was just talking to some of the women from Allstate and then also from State Farm about their experience in the industry. Like, what does that look like? What does that feel like now? Are there more women coming into this industry? And you know how you get more women to this industry? You let them know how powerful they are and that they can stand in a place, wherever it is in this industry, and they can be powerful in those spaces. That they no longer have to back down or back up from anyone or anything. They can handle it because they're that powerful. And when you operate in your 7 dimensions of power, it's an incredible thing. I can send this, I will give this PowerPoint to Miss Jessica. Thank you, Miss Jessica. She's been with me, talking to me, in contact with me now for months. And just give her a hand. She's just been helpful. Thank you. 7 dimensions of power. I'm going to first start with the dimension, I'll save spiritual last, the dimension of your energy. You have the power of energy. I was there this morning early, actually rereading some of my first book, and just kind of, because I read, as you can tell, I read it for myself. I take it everywhere I go. I take this book everywhere I go. I make my own notes in it. And so I have squibbles, and I have thoughts, and I go back to this book myself because it's such an important writing for me personally. It's been helpful. And this whole notion of energy. You have energy. Have you ever come to work and you walk into a space and you just can feel the negative energy? As a matter of fact, sometimes it's so negative you start getting sick. I believe, you know why people are getting sicker and sicker in this country? I think it has a lot to do with how people are using the power of energy. A lot to do with it. So when you have negative energy, what happens to you? What happens to you? How do you feel? You feel sick, you feel down. What else? You feel tired all of a sudden. You haven't yawned all morning. All of a sudden you're like, oh, I'm so tired. Why are you so tired? Because you entered a dimension of negative energy. And negative energy has this, oh my goodness, it has this amazing power to just kind of suck you into a vortex of negativity. So all of a sudden, not only, and mind you, when you have negative energy, guess what happens to your body? Yeah, your face get all scrunched up and you start caving in and you looking like this. Your voice even drops deeper. Oh no, how are you? Oh no, things are so rough. Isn't it true? Women, you want to stay younger longer? Some of you are wondering from my bio, how does she do all that? Right? I stay younger longer. I have 15 affirmations. Number 14, I get younger, stronger, more beautiful, and powerful, healthier every day. Why? Because I am going to stay positive no matter what. Positive energy, for one thing, it keeps you younger. 2, it keeps you happier. 3, it keeps you better looking. Why? Your face is open, ladies. Like, open up that face, extend that neck, get your model walk on. I'm happy, yeah, Get that energy going, right? Offer energy. Offer positive energy to your children, to your family, to your coworkers. Just offer that. It's just in you, right? Let's just practice. Should we practice? Okay, let's just practice. I love that, right? So what I want you to do is, most of you are probably sitting with people you know. Yes? Is this true? Yes, okay. So I want you to go find some other people for some other tables, and I want you to meet at least 2 other people and just offer them some positive energy. Now here's how we do it, right? Well, look at that, she starts smiling right away. I love that, right? Look at that, your whole face just lit up. You just light bulb on her, she went, woo, yeah. Right? And just introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Dr. Verna. Oh, nice to meet you. I can actually feel it. Nice. You know, her face lit up. Her eyes got bright. So I want you to find 2 people you don't know in the room. And just in 1 minute, I want you to go and offer them some of your positive energy. Just offer it to them. Okay? When my hand goes up, it means go back to your seat. Okay? 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, go ahead and find your seats. If you can see my hand, go ahead and find your seats. If you can see my hand, go ahead and find your seats. Okay, go ahead and find your seats. Okay. So, what just happened in the room? Someone tell me. It got loud, first of all. I love that. What else happened in the room? Laughter, happy. What else happened? Energized. The room kind of lit up with energy. Okay, now let's go on the inside of you. On the inside, what were you feeling? You opened up. Good. Someone else. What happened on your inside? Lighter. You felt lighter. You felt lighter. What else happened on your inside? Your heart started beating. In other words, you had blood circulation started happening. You know, when I had my massage yesterday, she said, well, you know what's going on. You need more blood circulation in your upper back here because, you know, when you're typing a lot, all that stuff gets really stiff. You need circulation. Absolutely. Why? Because energy came into the room. Women, for you to use your power, I want you to use your energy. And I'm not talking about being silly. I'm not talking about that at all. I'm just talking about being able to use the power of energy to be positive. So if everything is negative, you can still be, and do you know that you can say something hard and still be positive? Yeah. You can do it. And don't be afraid to say hard things and still be positive. Have you ever gone to a meeting and had someone else take your idea from you in the meeting? This is the person who came to your office right before the meeting. And then you went to the meeting, and they used your idea in the meeting and acted like it was their idea. Ever happened to you? So the next time that happens, the moment that they're finished saying your idea, speak up and say, oh, Brad, thank you so much for sharing my idea with this entire group. I really appreciate that, Brad, right? You know, and guess what? You're still positive, but you're telling the truth. Telling the truth, the power of energy. That is your own personal power. Let me tell you something, women. Don't let people take your energy. Refuse to be sucked into being a negative person. It doesn't work. It's never worked. And what works is positive energy. The second place of energy is your thought. This is the energy of thought. This is the power of your own thoughts. Now, here's what I want you to do, women. For you to use that power, I want you to start focusing on what you're thinking on. Let me tell you why. Because as you think on something, sooner or later, it's going to become a reality. The more you think about it. Like, for example, some of you, there's someone at your job who you just don't like. If they're next to you, just look straight at me. Dr. Verna, I'm going to look right at you. You just don't like. And guess what? You would think you would leave them at work. No, you don't. Through the power of your thoughts, you take them in the car with you. You have dinner with them. You take a shower with them. You go to bed with them because they're still in your thoughts. I want to give you a little trick. If you have a thought that you don't want anymore, why? Because thoughts are so powerful. And you'll see as you use the power cycle that if you don't manage your thoughts, women, sooner or later, they are going to become you. You have to manage them. If you have a thought that you don't want anymore, every time that thought comes into your mind, because guess what? It's your mind. And you get to have in your mind what you want. And if something comes into your mind that you don't want, take it out and throw it away. Okay? Let's just practice. We practice? Okay, this is practice. Let's say you have a negative thought right now. Take it out. Go ahead. Snatch it out of your head. Snatch it out. Throw it away. Throw it away. Just toss it away. Let's try again. Try again. Did you get it? Okay? Let's just try again. Let's just practice. Take that negative thought out of your mind. Throw it away. Just toss it. It's gone. And negative thoughts are persistent, by the way. They always come back again because they don't think that you're serious. So the next time they come back into your mind, pick it up, throw it away. And keep doing it until it stays away. Now, if someone sees you doing this on the airplane, it's okay. Let them watch you. It'll be like watching TV. They're like, what exactly is she doing? But you know that you're throwing away what? Negative thoughts. Mind your thoughts. The third place of your power is your vision. This is your ability to actually see yourself in the future. Why is WIN here? Why is this organization here? Because someone had a vision for you. You are here in this room because someone had a vision for you. Someone could see San Diego. Someone could see Paradise Point. Someone could see the walk. Someone could see the awards. Someone could see me. You have to have vision for your life. And let me tell you, women, if you can't see it, you'll never, ever be it. You have to be able to see it. So right now on your paper, hopefully you all have some paper, or just scribble on something. Scribble on the program, scribble on something. Very quickly, we're going to use the power of vision very quickly. Very quickly. The power of vision, which is your own personal power. I want you to think for yourself, use the power of thought, and I want you to see yourself in 5 years. 5 years from now, I want you to write down one statement or draw one picture of yourself in 5 years. Who will you be? Where will you be? What will you be doing? One picture or one statement of yourself in 5 years. What's great about the power of vision is that there's no right or wrong. It is your vision. Where do you see yourself? Who do you see yourself being? What do you see yourself doing? I saw myself in China 20 years ago. I knew I was going to China. I knew I would impact China. Why? I wrote that thing down a long time ago. Right? Vision. Vision. What do you see? Where do you see yourself being? I want 3 people to share. Share your vision very quickly. Go. Say it loud.
Retired and traveling.
Retired and traveling. Oh, nice, nice, nice. And so what I want you to do is I want you to cross out that word retired because retired people die. And what I want you to do is I want you to put refire. Refire yourself and start traveling, right? Get your fire for a whole new area of life. Change that, and don't retire for nothing. Just keep refiring and keep going. Someone from over here, quickly tell me your vision. Quickly, who are you? Quickly share it. Yes, still tell me, go. Say it loud. Say it really loud. You're bridging the gap between your field and office. Very, very good. I like that. That's going to take some work. You ready? I love that. I love that. That's good. Someone all the way over here, give me a vision. Give me a vision. Yes, say it loud. Say it loud. Bigger. Your vision is bigger. You just want your life to be bigger. You want it to be better because, it could be bigger and messed up. Justin Bieber is an example. Huh? What's that one? Miley Cyrus, Miley messed up. Bless her heart, right? Right, but you want bigger and better. Absolutely. Women, you have the power to vision. You have the power to vision for your companies. If there's no one in your company visioning, you start visioning. You have the power to vision for your family. Vision for you. Vision it. See yourself in your high-heeled shoes doing whatever you want to do. See yourself making it happen. See yourself doing it. Because if you can't see it, here's what vision does. It calls you into your future. Nothing is calling you if you don't write it down. You want that promotion? Stop talking about it and write it down as a vision. And it begins to call you into your future. Before you know it, someone will call you up on the phone and say, hey, I got a promotion, and you're the person for it. You will never have to look for a job again in your life. You'll never have to look for a promotion. The promotion will come looking for you. Why? Vision it, women. Vision it. So here's my question for you. What you been looking at? You been looking at your future, or you been looking at your problems? Stop looking at your problems. Look at your future. Move quickly on to the power of words. This is your own power. Please write this on your paper. Words create life. Sooner or later, if you keep saying it, Petra, it's going to happen. Is it true? Now, Petra just told me over there as I was making tea that she has been with her company for 45 years. Give her a hand. And Petra, just come up here for a second. Come up here for a second. I just want her to show you her pumps. You know what? Because she has got it going on. Just do a little model thing for me, will you please? Yeah, now look at this. 45 years. Right? Awesome. Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Why? She's looking younger, she's stronger, she's healthier, and you know what she said to me? I love what I do. She's happy, she has positive energy, she has it every day, and she's using her words. Let me tell you, she was saying, I can't stand my job. I'm so stressed out. Right? Your words, your words, your words. I have a little trick for you women. The power of words. You can say anything you want about your life. Anything. No one. Like I said, I love God, right? I serve God. I love God. But not even God can tell me what to say. That's the power I was given. I get to speak whatever I want to. It's my power. Christian people, they crack me up. They're like, I'm just waiting on God. I'm just praying and believing and trusting God. I'm like, what are you talking about? Get your little crusty Christian butt up and go do something with yourself, because God is waiting on you to use the power that you were born with, that you were given. The power to what? Say it. Say what you want. And stop asking for stuff all the time. Stop apologizing for yourself. Well, this may not be correct, but what I think is, well, if it's not correct, don't say it. Or some women will say, they'll start the statement with, well, I'm so sorry, but. First of all, you're sorry, okay? And then you got your butt in it, secondly. So get your sorry butt out of it and stop talking. Take those phrases out of your vocabulary. If you're going to say it, say it. If you want something, say it. If you want to make it happen, say it. Okay, let's practice. You ready to practice? Okay, all of you have been saying at least one thing that you know is not helping your life. It's not helping your life. It may be like, you may say things like, I'm so stressed out. I've just got too much to do. I don't have any time. What are you talking about? Right? What exactly are you talking about? I want you to take away anything out of your vocabulary that's going to keep you from becoming your most powerful self. Anything. I mean, just the other day I caught myself. And I caught myself saying, it's a lot. And yes, the fact is, Miss Carla, and Miss Carla, by the way, is who recommended me to come here. So give her a hand. Right here, Miss Carla. From 3M. So I caught myself saying something like, it's a lot. And the fact was that I had many, many different responsibilities I was taking care of, right? That was a fact. But there was nothing that I couldn't handle. So why was I talking like I couldn't handle it? So I immediately pulled it out of my vocabulary, Petra, put it to the side, stepped up, and said, hey, let's get this thing done. Because it's going to get done. Why? Because I'm in the room, and we're going to do it. We're going to work this thing out. On your paper, I want you to write that one thing you've been saying that's not positive, that's not helpful, and I want you to write it on your paper very quickly. And please, women, be honest. Don't pretend like you don't say stuff, because you do. Some of you may even say something terrible like, I hate my husband. Write that too. Or I can't stand my children. I don't know what it is. Write on the paper. Or you talk about your bodies, like, these hips, this wah. Leave your body alone. Right? My hair, I just don't like my hair. I've never liked my hair. I wish I had her hair. Whatever it is, write it on paper. You got it? You wrote it down? Honestly, wrote it down? Everyone's got something, I know. Got it? All right, so in this part of the conversation, you cannot tweet it, you can't Instagram it, you can't Facebook it, you can't LinkedIn it. You can't say anything about this conversation. It's going to be a 45-second conversation. And what you're going to do is turn to the person next to you and say to them just like this, this is the last time I'm going to say it, and you're going to say exactly what's on your paper. And do not discuss it. Once you said it, say it, be done. And then they say it. Okay, you ready? A 45-second conversation, go. You done? Okay. Okay. And done. Right? Ready? Okay. Now, it was the last time you're going to say it. It's done now. I want you, on your paper, you're listening? Good to talk. On your paper, I want you to scratch that out so you can't see it anymore. Scratch it out. It's the last time you're going to say it. You already said it. It's done now. Scratch it out. And in its place, I want you to write a new positive statement that is a power statement that you will use instead of that. So, for example, if you would say, oh, I'm so tired, right? Yours would be, I have enough energy to get done what I have to do every day, right? So whatever yours is, write a new positive statement very quickly on your paper. One that's going to help you. That's okay. You can use that one too. One that's going to help you get to your next level, which is what power is all about, getting you to your next level of excellence and leadership and networking. Okay, you have your statement? She says yes, Dr. I have my statement. All right. She's right. Are you getting some help writing your statement? Just getting a little coaching over here writing her statement. Now, this is what you say. Now you're going to practice. And this time when you say your statement to the person who you spoke to before, you're going to say it as if I just put $1 million into your bank account. And you're going to say, guess what? Then you're going to say your statement and be done. 45 seconds, go. Got it? What was yours?
I handle everything that comes my way with grace and ease.
That's nice. That's really nice. Okay. Ready? I'd like 3 volunteers. Give me a new statement. Over here, quick, jump up and say it. Jump up and say it. Okay, you get to practice. Say it one more time. Everyone's listening. Say it really loud.
I'm happy for everything I have, and I'm ready to overcome every obstacle.
Give her a hand. Nice. Very nice. Over here. In the middle. Jump up. Say it. Quick. Quick. Where are you? Who are you? Go.
I got this.
Go. Oh, go. I like it. What's your name? What? Amy, give me a high five. That is, I got this. Yes. I love that. Over here, quick, jump up, say it fast. Quick, quick, quick. Go, go, go. Go, 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 go.
I'm delegating it.
I'm delegating it. Oh, I like it. Go, quick, quick, quick.
I am going to get over my own package.
Okay, now, listen. Oh, wait. But we're going to put that now in the affirmative. That means right now it's done. I am over my package. And not only that, I'm over it, but I love my package. Say it.
I am over my package.
And?
I love my package.
Oh, give her a hand. Women, you have the power of words. You've got the power of words. It's free. It's free. You don't need American Express. You don't need MasterCard, Visa. You don't need a credit card. You just need to use what's in you. It's your words. Be careful about your words. And for some of you, you've been talking negative about yourself for so long, you need to stop talking for a while. So when someone says something, when someone comes to you and say, how you doing? You used to say, whoa, 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 whoa. Now you're just going to say, fine, great, just great. And don't say anything else. Give yourself time to go back to the power of thought, to start thinking new things, thinking new things, thinking new things. Do positive things about your life. And then you have the power to write. I wanted you to write that vision statement. I want you to write your positive words. You have the power to write. Women, let me tell you, if you want your next level to happen, you must write goals. You've got to write them down. You have to stop talking about them. Do you know why companies spend so much money on strategic planning? Because they understand the power of writing. They understand the power of thought. They understand the power of words. And now we women, we have to understand that power and strategically use it and leverage it to get us to our next level of excellence in who we are, leadership in our organizations, and networking in our connections. So we know that we got this. We just know it. We just know it. And then there's the power of your actions. The power of the fact that every time you take a new thought, it's new action. Every time new words, new action. Every time you're writing, new action. That email you have to send, that's an action. That's a phone call, that's an action. Start taking action. Now, here is what happens in this power structure. The more you practice using your power, the more you're going to use it. And then your most powerful source of all of your power is your spiritual power. This is your power in your soul, your spirit, your power to connect to humanity, connect to other people, connect to your Creator, connect to, and let me just tell you, when I first started my company, Miss Carla, and you know the University of Minnesota, a very powerful, positionally powerful woman at the University of Minnesota told me 3 things. One, she told me that my book was too simple and people would never read it, right? And of course, now the book is all over the world and being now translated into Mandarin in China, right? Okay? 2, she told me that if I were to be taken seriously, I should probably straighten my hair and look a bit more white, because Minnesota is really white. Minnesota's got a lot of white people. It's true, isn't it, Carla? I mean, there's white people like everywhere, right? And so she said, if I were to, I should probably straighten my hair and look a little more, a little more Caucasian, a little more, European, Western European. And so I haven't done that either. And then 3rd thing she said was, in your work, you can't mention spirituality. It's not professional. And I'm like, well, then that's not possible. My first big job was doing a keynote for the vice presidents of Coca-Cola. And so they called my PR person, and they said, well, we noticed that she mentions God a couple of times in her Power of People book. We can't have her mentioning God at this event. And so I told my PR person, I said, well, if I can't mention God because that is who I am, it's in my soul, my spirit, then I probably am not the right keynote speaker for them. They should go find someone else. And so then they said to my PR person, well, no, you tell Dr. Verna she can say whatever she wants. And you know what? And so I do. Why? Because it's so important that you understand your whole self, women. It's your whole self. You are not just a body. You are a soul and you're a spirit. And I'm not talking about a church. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about you finding your spiritual connection with your own Creator. Do it. Find a way to make that work for you, however that might be. And I won't tell you how to do it, but you will know how to do it when you start going after using it. Use your spiritual power just like you use your words, your thoughts, your words, your actions. You use your spiritual power. 7 dimensions of power. 7 dimensions of power. Okay? Now, when we talk about power, principle number 2 is no one has more power than me. No one. No one. You are in a male industry. There are a whole lot of guys that you work with. And some of those guys and some of the women try to make you feel like they're more powerful than you. Let me tell you something, women. No one has more power than you. When you start using your power, what happens is that the world is going to open up to you. Your influence is going to open up. Your leadership is going to open up. People are going to start asking for your opinion. People are going to start asking for your leadership. Why? When you understand, when you step into a room, when you go into that meeting, you have to go in with this notion that no one has more power than me. No one. I'm an executive coach, and you know the number one thing that women struggle with who come to my office? You know what it is? Tell me. It's their confidence. Do you know why we struggle with confidence, women? Because we somehow think that someone else is better than we are. That someone else has power, more power than we do. No one has more power than you. And when you start using your power, things are going to happen for you. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and I just want you to shout, no one has more power than me. And I want you to just point to yourself and me, just own it, okay? 1, 2, 3, no one has more power than me. Why? Why? And here's why it shows that picture here. Look at her. She's got it going on. She's got her high heel shoes on. You know, she got her little thing. You know, she got some stuff up here, and she's using it. Right? You ain't got none. Get a padded bra. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with padded bras. Put your shoes on and just know that nobody has more power than you. Okay. Now, in your soul, your spirit, and your spiritual power, you are given 4 things, 4 rights. These are your rights. This is how come you don't have to ever compete again. You don't have to ever be intimidated by anybody else again. You don't ever have to worry about your confidence again, because this is what you were born with. Women, you were born valuable. You were born valuable. And on your papers, just write it so you know it, that I am valuable. I am. Your job didn't make you that way. Your salary didn't make you that way. Your friends didn't make you. You were just born that way. Which is why young children, they know they're valuable. And they demand it, don't they? Demand that you value them. Because they know it. We lose that, women. We get socialized that somehow we have to earn someone's respect. You don't have to earn nothing. You just have to be yourself because you were born that way. And what will happen is you will influence people. And they will come and start looking to you for leadership. Why? Because you'll walk like you're valuable. Do you know why I don't like swearing? Here's why. Because every time you swear, your brain actually thinks you're talking about yourself. It's a physiological thing. So the minute that you call someone a blankety blank, your brain says, oh, I'm a blankety blank. And then soon your thought of being a blankety blank begins to translate into your what? Words of being a blankety blank begins to translate into your what? Vision of being a blankety blank. Before you know it, you're acting like a blankety blank. And let me tell you something, women, you're too valuable to act like a blankety blank. You are too valuable for that. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and let's just say it. I am valuable. 1, 2, 3. I am valuable. Now look at the woman next to you or person next to you and just say to them, do you know that I am valuable? Just ask them the question, that's all. You know, you gotta know it. You gotta know it. She needs some. Can you go sit next to her, Rachel? Sit. Okay, you sure? Are you playing? Are you sure? Okay, just making sure. Okay, let's keep going. I was in a consulting session with one of my clients, and it happened to be a man who did this, but it could have been a woman. Somehow the guy just, he lost his temper and he started swearing and wah wah wah. And I stopped the session, and I get $250 an hour for consulting, right? And I don't care how much you're paying me. I am too valuable for that behavior. Too valuable for that. We were talking about some of the I won't say old time, but some of the kind of shops that still have posters of naked women up in their car shops. Right? When I went to look up stock photos of women in this industry, the first Google search that I came up with was a sex thing with women in cars. I was like, what is that? What is that? Right? So when you go into these places and you see stuff that's degrading to women, you're too valuable for that. Stand up, step up, and speak up. And say, you know what, buddy? You know what? When I'm not here, you're fine to have that up. When I'm here and I'm a woman, you're going to respect me, you're going to take it down. Cover it up or something. Take care of it. I'll give you 5 seconds. Go ahead. I'll come back in. I'll give you 5 whole seconds. Ron. Why? I'm too valuable for that, and I don't want to see that foolishness. So work it out, Ron. Buster, whoever his name is. Why? Women, don't put up with stuff that you know that's degrading your value. Don't put up with it. Refuse to do it. You're too valuable for that. You're just too valuable for that. And you were born valuable, which is such a wonderful thing. His name is Harry. She said, oh, Dr. Verna, his name is Harry. Well, say, Harry, you got 5 seconds, buddy-o, to take it down or cover it up.
And an Earl.
Earl, too. Tell Earl, too. And you know what? And you can even say, and Dr. Verna said, too, and you don't want that woman to come show up in her high-heel shoes. I will come take it down myself. Somewhere else. Not in this industry. I am valuable. Secondly, I am important. You're too important for these things. You're too important for negative behavior. You're too important not to be your best. You're too important for that. So somewhere on your paper, just that is your birthright, that I am important. My daughter was in the car with one of her friends, and I don't know what her friend told her, but my daughter says to her, she says, who's driving along? She says, your mom needs to find her power. Right? Because somehow the friend's mom, you know what? When you don't know how important you are, you allow anything to happen. And how do you treat important people? Right? You treat them with severe respect. You take care of them. You're careful with them. Women, are you important to yourself? Right? I got here, I knew I need to take care of myself. That's important to me. I'm important to me. How are you treating yourself like you're valuable? How are you treating yourself like you're important? And it's really, really critical. I am lovable. In other words, you were born to love and you were born to be loved. My mentor from college is 80 years old, and she just started dating again. And she wears red fingernails, and she drives a red car. And she says, oh, you know, I'm dating again, and this fellow, she calls him a fellow. She says, this fellow would like to marry me. And she said, really, I don't want to be married because I already buried 2 husbands, and I just want to have a little fun. So I told my fellow that if he wants to go date someone else, and if it doesn't work out, he can come back and you know, and we can date again. And she said, and don't you know, my fellow was back at my door in 2 days. I tell that story because you know what? Love never gets old. Love never gets old, women. Which is why when you're in love, you giggle, your energy gets up, you know, your shoulders go back, you get your little walk back, you know? Why? Because you feel love. When you know, however, that you're just born lovable. You're so lovable. Right? You were born to love and to be loved. And if there are people in your life right now who are not, and in the workplace, love looks like this: severe respect, authentically caring about you. So my team members, when they come to work, I want to make sure that they're okay. If something seems to not be, something seems to be going on, I stop everything and say, are you okay? How are things? Is there anything I can do to help? Right? That's what love looks like in the workplace. And in your life, know that you're lovable. And love yourself. Love yourself, women. Take care of yourself. You're busy taking care of everybody else. It's time. Take care of yourself. So when we do this affirmation, I just want you to give yourself a little love hug. Because some of you are waiting for someone to hug you. Stop waiting for someone to hug you and just hug yourself. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and I just want you to give yourself a nice hug and say, I am lovable. 1, 2, 3. I am lovable. Give yourself a hug. Woo! Of course you start hugging each other. We got to move on. We already talked about I am powerful. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and we're going to go through all of these. We're going to say I am lovable, I am valuable, I am important, I'm lovable, and I am extremely powerful. 1, 2, 3, I am valuable, I am important, I am lovable, and I'm extremely powerful. Doesn't that feel good? Don't you feel like you can change the world? Well, guess what? You are changing the world. There were a lot of cars in China. Your work is impacting the world. Whether you're insuring them or painting them or fixing them or getting them new, however, Elizabeth, she gets the wrecks. She's a wrecking lady. You know, she gets the wrecks and she's trying to do some of the wrecks. Whatever you're doing, you're impacting the world, and you have to know your birthright. My impact in the world is our Girls in Action program. My goal for Girls in Action is to have a Girls in Action chapter in every major city in this country, empowering girls about their power to become leaders, to serve their community, and to not only graduate from high school, but go to college and graduate from college as well. We do all of that with women leaders. If you want to learn more about that, let me know. Third principle, no one can take my power, but I can give it away. Now, women, stop giving away your power. I'm going to quickly tell you your number one way that you give away your power is your words. You tell people how to treat you like you're not valuable. You tell them how to disrespect you. You tell them through your words. I want you to stop giving away your words. The second way that women give away their power is through their time. You do things for people when you know you should be doing them for yourself. You take care of people when you know you should take care of yourself. You know that you have to get something done, but your girlfriend calls you. It's the first Saturday you've had free now for the last 3 months. Your girlfriend calls you and say, hey, I want to go though, whatever, right? And you go, oh, okay, sure. But you're not sure. You just don't want her to feel bad. Okay? What I want you to do is, if there's someone you've been giving your power away to, your boss, your supervisor, constantly comes into your office and disturbs you, has nothing to say, just wasting your time. That's giving away your power. The next time they come to your office, meet them at the door and say, you know what, got to get some stuff done, talk to you later. And go back to your seat and finish working. Next time they come into your office, totally ignore them. Stay focused on your computer screen. Don't answer them. When they want a conversation, say nothing. And just do a hand wave. Stop giving away your power. On your paper, I want you to write. Is there someone in your life you're giving your power away to? Is it your spouse? Is it your supervisor? Is it your kids? Who are you giving away your power to? Okay? Write them down. I want you to take your power back. Take your power back, women. Take it back. Take your power back. Got to keep on going. The number one place that we give away our power is to people. You're going to have 4 types of people in your life. And these are all talked about in my book, which this whole session is really around this book, The Power of People. 4 kinds of people can change your life. But it's important for you to understand your power and how you're using your power and people using their power in your life. There's 4 types. There's adders. Look at that. Words, time, knowledge, vision, change. You recognize that? Adders add to your life. They bring added value to your life in all of those places. Time, they help you restructure your time. They help you get your time back. Your words, they encourage you. They motivate you. They inspire you. Your knowledge, they help you learn new things, help you grow in new ways. Your change, they challenge you to change. Let me tell you, how do you know an adder is an adder in your organization? Are they challenging you to become your best self? Are they empowering you to become your best self? Then they're adders. I'm thankful for my adder today is Miss Carla, right? I didn't send Carla an email and say, would you please recommend me to be the keynote speaker for WIN? No, she remembered a session she came a long time ago, some years ago. She remembered this talk. So when it was time to recommend a speaker, she said, you know what? You may want to take a look at Dr. Verna, an adder, right? Challenging me to get to my next level, challenging me to become a better person. Subtractors are people who, come on in, honey, you're good. All right, where'd you go? Get some coffee or tea or something? You're a tea person? Yeah, I'm a tea person too. You are? Oh, bless your heart. You're going to talk next? Are you talking about the hard realities? Is that your talk? Very, very good. Okay, good. So you're going to talk about subtractors. Subtractors, it's all about me for subtractors, right? It's all about me, my. They always want you to do something. They're needy people. They always need you to do something, right? But worse, they're confidence annihilators. Here's what they do. They nick and pick at you all the time. Things are never quite right. Your work is never quite right. You're never quite right. Something's always wrong. And they are drama people. They always have drama. And then they're energy sucker people. What they do is they have little, you know what a Kirby vacuum machine is? Yeah, it's a powerful little vacuum machine, right? And this vacuum that sucks up everything in your house. Subtractors are like professional Kirby energy suckers. You know, they come to your office, they take out the little vacuum machine, they just suck everything out of you, right? Constantly. Subtractors, they didn't want to come to the WIN conference. They wanted you to come to the WIN conference. And when you get back to work, they'll say, well, how did it go? What'd you learn about? Who'd you hear? And when they say that to you, give them no information. None. Don't tell them anything. When they say, well, how did it go? All you say is great. How was it? Great. And then get back to do the hand wave thing and get back to your work, right? Don't offer them any. Why? Because they don't want the information. They just want you to, they don't want to do the work. They want you to do the work for them. Stop doing the work of your subtractors. At home, it's pure drama. There are subtractors, they only know you when they need something. You know that person? Write their name down and get them out of your life. They take your time. Multipliers, oh, incredible people. They take your dreams and your vision to your next level. I'm at the place in my life now where I am attracting multipliers, and I'm so thankful for it. I did my first TED Talk in December. So thankful for it, right? Attracting multipliers. Why? Because my vision is so big. I need multipliers for that vision. When you talk about empowering the world, you're talking about big vision. So you have to have multipliers to what? Make that vision a reality. Multipliers are amazing mentors. These are people who help you make things happen in your life. They're rare to have, but when they do have, they're such a blessing to have. Most of us have adders, and adders are, I'm a severe adder. I add everywhere I go. I add to the girls, I add to my family. I'm an adder, right? But my goal is to become a multiplier. So if one of my girls want to go to college, I don't have to ask the question. She just has to simply say, I want to go to college. I want to make sure she goes to college, right? I want to write the check. I want to get the car. I want to make sure that she's okay. I want to get her own apartment. I don't want her to have to what? Wonder what's going to happen when she's trying her best and there's no one else to help her. That's the level of multiplication I'm at. And you know what? You have multipliers in your life. Here's my goal for you. For your adders, if you have an adder in your life right now and you haven't thanked them lately, send them a card. You don't have to use the adder language. You don't have to say, Dr. Verna said you were an adder, so I guess you're an adder. So thank you very much. No, you just have to say thank you for all you've done. Thank you for all you've done. I so appreciate it. And then there's dividers. These are people who come through between you and your adders and your multipliers, and they pull you apart from them, and they isolate, manipulate, and control you. And sooner or later, in the workplace, they get you demoted, they get your character messed up, they get you in trouble, and soon they'll get you fired. In the home world, they will go as far as destroying you to the place of killing you. They're very abusive people, dividers are. Who are the 4 kinds of powerful people in your life? And I want you to do your work around them so you know who they are, and that book is available. If you have a lot of subtractors in your life, you may want to get the subtractor book, which is called The Silent Cry, Dealing with Subtractors in Work and Life. That may be a book for you. Principle number 4, I said I would share 4 principles. This is the 4th one. I don't know who this person is right there, but I like the picture. It's from your archives. And I call it my yes picture. When I use my power, it multiplies. In other words, the moment you start using your power, you start taking action, using that power, you get more power to use. Use your power, you get more power to use. There's a key principle to life. It's called success brings more success. You know why? Because you're using your power. And the more you use it, you get more to use. You get more to use. You get more to use. And before you know it, you begin to change things radically in your life. your organization, and your world. Why? Because you're using your power. We're going to do one last thing, and we're going to put it all together into one major action step. And so, film person, you want to film, I can do it from this place, because you want to film them coming to you, okay? So what I want you to do, because I want you to get them, not me, what I want you to do is all stand up and look this way. And what you're going to do is call the action step. It's the power action step. And what you're simply going to do is, I'm going to put all this together in one affirmation. And at the end of that affirmation, you're actually going to take an action step. Now make sure that you're going forward, not to the side, right? This is kind of dancing, I guess. Okay? I want you to go forward in your action step. All right? So point to yourself and repeat after me. This is called your power affirmation. Miss Jennifer, make sure that I put this in the presentation to send wherever Miss Jennifer's in the room. Are you ready? Ready? Are you ready? Ready. Okay. Ready. Hey, Miss Janet. My power is. My power is. Oh, I like that. That was really good. Okay. Okay, now I've got to point to yourself. Like, put your hand right here. You got to make sure you hear it, right? This is all about you. This is your powering you up. My power is. My power is. My ability. My ability. To think a new positive thought. To think a new positive thought. To see a new positive vision. To see a new positive vision. To speak new positive words. To speak new positive words. To write new positive goals. To write new positive goals. And to use my energy in a positive way. To use my energy in a positive way. To do something good and positive in my world. To do something good and positive in my world. In my organization. In my organization. And in my life. And in my life. By taking a new positive action step. By taking a new positive action step. Because now I know. That I am valuable. That I am valuable. I am powerful. I am powerful. I am important. I am important. And I'm very lovable. And I'm very lovable. And that concludes our time. I am here to sign books. I have all three of my books here. The Power of People one, which is what I talked about, the purple book. The blue book is Subtractors, and the black and white book is the book all about how to create change in your life. So I'd be happy to meet you and talk with you. Thank you so much for having me. Miss Jennifer, planning team, thanks so much for having me. I appreciate it.